We're always told to use this app or that app for privacy. But what if the real secret to privacy was using the apps you already have, just in a completely different way? Today, we're diving into something really cool, encrypted messaging that literally hides in plain sight. And it all starts by questioning the privacy you think you have. So let me ask you this. You use encrypted chats, right? We all do. And we figure, hey, it's end-to-end encrypted, it's private. But is it truly private? What if I told you there's a huge piece of the puzzle that most of us are completely missing?
So, the big question is, how do you send a message where no one even knows you sent it? How do you make that digital envelope just disappear? Well, that's exactly where this new approach comes into play. It's an app called Layergram, and its whole mission is to solve this very problem. Now, the magic behind this is actually a pretty old concept, but with a super modern twist. It's called Steganography, which I know is a fancy word. All it means is hiding a message inside another totally ordinary one. The best way to think about it is like invisible ink. You send a postcard that says, having a great time, wish you were here, but the real message is hidden between the lines, and only your friend knows how to reveal it. So how does Layergram actually do this? It's basically a simple three-step dance. First, it takes your secret message and encrypts it, locks it down tight. Then, and this is the really clever part, it hides that scrambled message inside a normal-looking text. And finally, you just send it through whatever app you normally use. Okay, that's the theory. Let's get practical. What does this actually look like when you're using it? Because honestly, the real genius here is just how easy they've made everything. So, you download the app from the official store, open it up, and do a quick one-time setup. It creates your secure identity and gives you 24 recovery words. We've all seen this before, right? You just need to write those words down and keep them somewhere super safe. That's your master key. Then you swap your new identity with friends or colleagues, they send you theirs, and that's it. You're set. You never have to do that part again.
Okay, so now you want to send a secret. In the app, you'll see two boxes. The top one is the cover message. This is the decoy, the boring text that everyone is going to see. Something like, "Morning, let's see if we can beat technology." But underneath that, you type your actual secret message. This is where you put the really sensitive stuff, like a new work password for a colleague or some private family information. The cover message is just the Trojan horse, right?
And now, for the best part. You don't hit send inside Layergram. Nope. You tap share, and your phone's normal sharing screen just pops up. You just pick WhatsApp or Telegram or even email, whatever you already use. You send that cover message to your friend just like you'd send any other message. You don't have to convince anyone to switch to a new platform. Okay, so sending is super easy, but what about receiving? What does your friend see? Well, you'll be happy to know it's just as simple on their end.
So your friend opens up their WhatsApp, and what do they see? Just that cover message. "Morning, let's see if we can beat technology." To them, to WhatsApp, to anyone peeking over their shoulder on the train, it looks like a completely random, innocent text. There is absolutely no clue that there's a secret message packed inside.
So what do? It's simple. All they have to do is press and hold on that message, hit share, and instead of forwarding it to someone else, they just choose Layergram from their list of apps.
And the second they do that, boom, Layergram instantly recognizes its own secret code, automatically decrypts the message, and your hidden text just appears right there in the private chat you two have inside the app. It's pretty amazing, right? Totally invisible on the outside, but perfectly organized and secure on the inside.
Look, this is more than just a cool trick. It's a really big shift in how we can think about digital privacy. It's all about putting the control completely back into your hands, not some giant companies.
So what makes this so powerful? Well, a few huge things.
First, everything happens on your phone, not on some server in the cloud. In fact, there are 0 servers involved. Your message never gets stored or routed by Layergram at all. It also means you can use the messaging apps you already have and love. And maybe most importantly for the real tech-savvy folks out there, it's all open source. That means anyone can look at the code to make sure it's doing exactly what it claims to be doing. This really sums it all up perfectly. It's as easy to use as the chat apps you're already on every day, but it's secure in a way no other app can be. Why? Because it makes it so a sensitive conversation, digitally speaking, never even happened in the first place.
So I'll leave you with this thought. We live in a world where everything we do online leaves a footprint. So what does it mean when you can finally have a conversation that leaves no trace? When not just the message, but the very act of you sending a message becomes invisible? How powerful does that make your words?